Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yes, we're painting again. This time I have acrylic paints on the palette. And what I've done is I was watching one of Clive 5 Arts videos, and he had some paper towel underneath some greaseproof paper, and to set the palette up to stop your paints from drying. So I guess it's to keep the paint cool. I'm not much of a knowledgeable guy when it comes to acrylics, but I thought I'd try and paint this because I've had a few people message me recently, can you paint these in acrylics? Because I've been using watercolour and gouache, and the reason I got into them so much is because they don't dry out and they're good for painting outside, and I painted quite a lot outside, so I got used to them. But I do like painting in acrylics. I have done a few, but I haven't got that many on my channel, so maybe it's time I boosted it up a bit and get a few more videos of that. So this is my reference picture, my own painting, which you can find on my channel. It's in the watercolour and gouache playlist. There's quite a lot of paintings in there. What I might do is create a seascape playlist. That'd be quite a good idea. Now I need to put this somewhere where I can see it. Okay, I've got it leant up against my screen. I usually have reference pictures up. So that should be alright there. I'm going to use my same brushes because I can wash them with water. And I just gave them a quick spray. I couldn't find my atomizer, so I found this, and I can go. Just give them a quick spray, and then stops them from drying out so fast. But one of the mistakes I used to make when I first started to use watercolours, I'll talk and paint. So let's put in. Oh, what's going on? Not sure why that's stuck then. There must be some tape on. I don't know. But what mistake I used to make, I used that and that, two blues for my sky and some white. I had to remix these paints in my in the tubes because they haven't been used in ages. For the sky colour. Hopefully there's enough room on this palette. Yeah, so they might be a bit gooey, these paints, but that's what you get if you don't use your materials. Bad me. So I'm using these Atelier acrylics. The reason I'm using these is I've got some. These are actually the first decent paints that I ever bought, and I'm still using them because I switched to oils so quick. But it was mainly because I didn't know what I was doing. But really, you can paint with anything. It doesn't matter so much. But yeah, there's plenty of others though. Winsor & Newton is the one I would always aim for in the art shop because they're always good, aren't they? Anyway, I'm using these today, so let's paint a sky. That's quite nice. Let's do some long strokes to smooth that off. We got clouds in this sky, so I might just put in a few these strokes. Something like that for the sky, for the blue part anyway. So that was just ultramarine blue and cerulean blue and white, and it makes quite a nice sky really. I'm going to grab this tea towel just to wipe my brush, really. I probably will use more of that colour later, but for now I'm going to use, I need to make a grey, so I use a bit of blue and a bit of the brown, burnt umber that is, burnt umber and ultramarine blue. Maybe I should go around the palette, tell you what colours I'm using. Give away the secret. The secret. So I've got titanium white, cerulean blue, ultramarine blue, sap green, burnt sienna, burnt umber, yellow ochre and cadmium red. And I'm making a cloud colour with the blue, the brown and the white. See how when I mix the colour, if I want it lighter, I'll mix it away from the main body of colour, so you're not using as much paint to mix it. I actually do need all of it. I've made it quite light. Well, we'll give it a go anyway, see what it looks like. The gooey white. Yeah, it's quite light. I don't mind it actually. We can always darken some areas if we want to. Do like a wet on wet kind of thing. I'm going to see if I can do this without using a hairdryer as well. Because when I've done detailed paintings using acrylic without a camera, just for fun painting, I tend to find that if you use a hairdryer in between, then you can paint on top happily without it pulling up. Sort of lifts. The paint lifts. I remember having a nightmare for that. That was one of the beginner things that I had a nightmare with, the paint lifting. There's a bit of blue in my brush there. Let's throw a bit of brown in that. So we'll have our, I think our sky's a bit lower than the other one, but it doesn't really matter. This is different. So that's not too bad. So now we can decide if we want it to be lighter or darker. So I'm gonna throw in some darker areas, I think, into the clouds. Just with a little bit more of this burnt umber in here. So I don't mix too much water in with my colour, to be honest. That's another thing. I used to do that. I used to put a lot of water. A lot of water in with the acrylics. I don't know why. And then it wouldn't work, and I'd be like, well, this is rubbish. It's one of those moments when I threw the paints away. Chuck them under the bed. Oh, that's it. I give up. I've got a bit of blue in that. Quite like that. There's quite a lot of brush strokes. Not sure if you can see it. But I don't want to blend it out, blend it away. I quite like seeing brush strokes, to be honest. So I might use the other brush. So I'm going to get some light. So we can get some of this white. Maybe put a hint of yellow in it and a bit of red. And this white's a bit weird as well. I'm going to have to buy a new tube, I think. I hope you can still get these paints. So I'm just mixing a white. It's off-white because I put a little bit of yellow and red in it. Let's see if this works. I'm going to change it to what I did before. Use my finger just to blend that. Might push that out there. And some light on that cloud there. Move it around anywhere we want. I like it when you get these like little floaty clouds like that. Just like these ones that are quite far off and they hit the light. Yeah, that's quite nice. Let's get some more of the purer colour just in some areas. Think about clouds and skies you've painted before, or make some up. Might have a little bit there. Yeah. I feel this would have a bit of a, yeah, like that. I quite like that, nice and fluffy. Maybe that one comes across like that. Yeah. Not bad, I quite like it. Try and do that so you can see it without the shine. I know as it dries the shine disappears anyway, but just in case. So now I need to start putting some water in, and I want to put a big rock in as well. So the rock, I'm going to get some brown and red. Put a bit of yellow in it as well. See what that's like. I'll try that. So our rock, we might not do it as big as the last one. That was a huge rock. I might have this rock about here, about there and there. Comes out like that, and then about there. And then another rock like there. So it's sort of a triangular. So we've got like different points. Anyway that you want to have a deep, darker area, you could put a little bit more blue or brown in your colour. like the idea of that, and then maybe a couple more. I'll put some water in first. Just jam that under my my makeshift stand. It is a makeshift stand as well. It's actually books. My camera stand is books. They are art books though, so they're making me better. So now I want to make some colours for on here, so some like green and yellow ochre and sap green. Can make a nice earthly green. So we're having light coming, hitting this rock, and some of this paint is gonna symbolise sort of a mossy kind of thing you get on rocks sometimes. Something like that, and then I want another colour. I'm going to get some burnt sienna and yellow ochre. Burnt sienna and yellow ochre. Again, to highlight the rock. And if you use a little bit of pressure, like barely any, you can put these brush strokes on the top. So that hasn't quite dried underneath yet. But it works like that, works nice. Anywhere that you want to stay dark, you can leave it. Get some of that burnt sienna that's pure as well, just to add a bit of an orangey flavour to some of the rock. That looks pretty good. Quite liking this, quite enjoying this actually. I enjoy using different things, different media. For a long time I stuck to what I was comfortable with, oil paints. But it's good to try other stuff and have fun with it. So I'll leave that for now. I think I could brighten it a little bit, but I'm gonna just leave it to just dry a little bit before I start doing more. So I want some blue, ultramarine blue, because I want some water. So we use ultramarine blue in with a sky colour that we left. And we'll start putting in some water. Just thrown some cerulean blue in my colour as well. Just so you can see, I just threw some cerulean blue in. A bit more of that white. Might have to put some more white on the surface, but let's see what it looks like. So we've got a horizon. Some water. Just going to use my finger to go across the horizon, just soften it a little bit. Not sure how level that is. But it's alright. It's in my old sketchbook, it don't matter. I'm going to go for some darker blue here. Real strong blue. Because I want to have this bit deeper. So it's a bit darker. You can even, if you get a bit of red, look like cadmium red. Ooh. Whoops. Cadmium red. What have you done? Alizarin Crimson would never have done that to me. It's alright, get some more blue and mix it. And then look how deep it goes now. Look how dark it's got. So that looks deeper. We have a deep area. Right wherever this rock is, and then it goes woof, right down. Maybe have a deep area there behind that. But you just think about the deeper water is just a bit darker. Cold. Think cold as well. And then we can go lighter. Goes a bit lighter there, and then it goes dark here. Doing this in brush strokes as well. Gonna sort of bring that together as well, so it's like that. I get a little bit of that brown and just put it in so you can see a little bit of that in the water. And it looks like that. So I'm going to grab some white because I want to have a little bit of movement in here. So I might have a bit of a wave there. Well, it looks like there'd be a wave there. Let's use my finger to smooth it. Maybe there as well, back there. Maybe there's a splash that kind of hits hits this rock. Maybe it's sort of rolling over a bit there. It's hitting that rock there. It's rolling over there. And here as well. So it'd be quite dark this side, we wouldn't see that much. And then above this dark area we can always have another wave over the dark waters. But it's more of a swell than anything. Maybe there's another one behind like that. Maybe it's just splashing up that bit. It keeps splashing up this side and then running back in. You see that? Just splashes up that side. And then maybe we can have a bit of a... What I might do is give it a quick dry and then carry on so you can see it better. Yeah, that's better. You can see it better now. That might be what I'll have to do when I paint with these. Just dry them as I'm painting. So I'm just getting a little bit more white on my brush. More white. Might put a little bit of tiny bit of yellow ochre in my white. Yeah, that's better. Bit of the sunlight. Put a bit of sunlight on this actually. Yeah, we've got a splash there. And then I might have a little bit of a splash there actually. Just along there. And a bit there. And then it probably would, around here it would, someone have something sort of rolled over. Maybe it's already rolled over and it's it's good fun, isn't it? So you can have that get a little bit of that sky colour. Paint in the top part using that. Give it some movement. Something like that. Just to make it look a bit better. Get a little bit of the darker blue and put that underneath. Just so it stands up a little bit. You can smooth some of it out to be a bit straighter where you want it to be. Quite like that. I'm going to add a little bit more light. Right there. Okay, now this area is quite dark and you would see like ripples and stuff on it anyway. Oh yeah, let's finish this bit there. That needs a bit of a bit more there. Okay, and then yeah, in this area I might use a smaller brush. I'm going to put in a few little shapes in here though, where the water's coming forward. Maybe have a little bit of this along here. Not too bright on that side because it's behind there. Get some movement though, and then around here I can put some movement in on top of the dark, so then we get that sort of transparent darkness on the water. You also get a bit of movement here and there, so like that. Now, what did we want to do? We wanted I'm just throwing in some blues. I'm having fun now. What I want now, I want to lighten up one side of this rock a bit better because it's a little bit dull to me. So I've got some white into my yellow ochre. Just a bit of white into my yellow ochre there. Maybe a bit of burnt sienna as well. Add some more light into this. A bit of red in the rock. I'll leave that. And that's a bit better. Nice brighter colour. Do the same with some green and yellow. A bit more. Maybe not quite as bright as that. Try and get more of a natural sort of colour. Sort of, anyway. As natural as fake as it can get. I say that because it's a made-up place. It's one I made up, so. That's not too bad. I think the only thing I can see really is this is a bit too straight there. So I'm going to change that. Bring that rock out like that. Just to break it up a bit. Maybe there as well. I might throw a little bit of bluey colour on some of this side as well. Because some of the sky colour would hit some of the top planes in the shadow. So we can do that. Give us something in the darkness. And here will be quite dark because it's in the shadows. We've somehow got some light on there. It's sort of bent round the rock and hit it. But that's alright, I don't mind that. Nothing like a bit of fake lighting. And a bit of light up this. Use my finger just to splidge it. That's a artist term, splidging it. Splidging and splodging. It's got some water trickling down this from the last splash. It's coming down here as well. Okay, I think I'm about there. I could add some more little sparkles to the water. Something I haven't done is put the seagulls in. So let's do that. And then we can have a look at the whole painting and see what we think. So I've got a dark colour and I want a seagull in. Where would I have a seagull? In the last one I had it right on top of there, but that's not really going to work. Could have it there. One there. Use the dark first. Maybe one there as well. Maybe one here. Whoop. There is now. Can't remember what colour beaks seagulls have now. I think they're orange. I think they are. This is a big seagull here. So I'm going to put a little bit of white on the top of the head. And then like that. I'll just use white just to indicate a beak. That's stood there. Something like that. I'm gonna, maybe I can make an orange up quickly. Bit of yellow ochre and a bit of the old red. So it might help. Give it a bit of colour. Is it a seagull? Is it something else? Who knows? It's something. That's all we need to know. There is a bird there. What kind of bird it is, we don't know. And we don't mind, because it's just a painting. I'm having fun, so I'm going to put another rock in. I want another rock about there. And we can lighten the rock. Like that. And we can bring that water round a bit. Something like that. But yeah. I think we are there. Keep going and going, can't you, when you're painting? When do you stop? You could put a little boat in here. You could put all sorts in there. A boat, you say? I've seen boats. A little boat here. That's all we'll do. Use a little bit of blue in our colour just to send it back a little bit. There's a boat really far out there. So we won't do too much detail. Longer, about that. Alright, so I think we'll call this one finished. So thanks very much for watching this one. Something different, a bit of acrylic paint. And what I'm going to do is put a bit of water on this, cling film it. Maybe I can wipe some of this off. And then do another one. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.